McConnell came into being because of the manufacturing of the B-47 in Wichita. Seattle couldn't handle production, so they reopened Plant 2, which was the B-29 production during World War II, and started building B-47s here.
McConnell actually started around 1941, where they actually had military members actually serving here. There were like 6 aircraft at the time. And from there, they took on various roles from bombers, fighters, tankers.
And we've had missiles. And so I think just the transition from one mission to the other is the biggest thing I've seen change.
If I'm not mistaken, the 22nd came here in about the 1994 timeframe.
Of course, in all of our local newspapers, 3 joined the Air Force together. So I think that was the reason that they might have had a little edge in getting McConnell Air Base named after them.
The air refueling, as we know it today with boom type refueling, was developed here in Wichita by an Air Force representative and a Boeing test pilot, setting down after they'd been using the hose and reel method all day in testing. They sat down and said, there must be a better way.
I came from a wing with F-15s and E-3s, rescue helicopters and KC-135s to a wing that is just KC-135s.
While all squadrons may look equal, not all squadrons are regarded equally by their peers.
And initially I thought that that was a single mission, single role wing, but after getting here I realized it is quite diverse.
You do develop a reputation, and the reputation of the 184th Intelligence Wing delivering Predator and U-2 is outstanding, and that is a reflection of and a driver for pride.
I live right down on the departure and approach end of the airport, and I didn't know that when I moved in, but when planes fly over, I'll be talking to my neighbors. They love it. They look at it as the cliche sound of freedom.
I never come on base, I never come to an activity without feeling a tug at my heartstring or a tear in my eye.
And that's the difference. There is just a genuine appreciation for the military. I don't see that. I think it's unique.
It's just to me, a very emotional experience.
It's a big wing, and it takes a team effort to be successful. And the team is much bigger than you might imagine.
Everyone wants to talk about the $500 million that they impact in the community, but I think just getting to know people that protect my freedoms make it very important to me that the base is here.
The people that get up every day with the goal of protecting our freedom. We know that freedom isn't free.
It takes your community, your politicians, your families, civilians, contractors, guardsmen, reservists, all working together to be productive.
Both organizations are dependent on each other's success. Neither one of the organizations is going to succeed at the expense of the other. We both need the 22nd Air Refueling Wing and the 931st Air Refueling Group to succeed. Probably the best achievement of the 931st during my time was we were an experiment. We were the first KC-135 Associate Air Refueling Unit out there.
We can help, the 22nd helps us, the community helps us in any way we need as well. It's a joint effort from the civilian areas to on base and everything else.
Once you leave the service, you don't remember so much the difficulties that you had. Instead, what you remember is the successes that you had. You remember the people that you worked with, and everything becomes a very pleasant memory of your time here at McConnell and the people that you had the opportunity to serve with and work with, and you're just left with an overall feeling of pride of having accomplished something and served at this great base.
Here, still the Wild Wild West.
The mission at McConnell: provide air refueling support to the warfighters downrange.
We are the air bridge that moves assets through the air wherever they need them. And if you're going to strike quickly on a pop-up target, you need those assets.
When times get tough overseas and the demand gets up, to organize, train, and equip airmen to go to the fight. That's our mission.
There's all kinds of things that tankers do, but McConnell has it all.
We have tankers that refuel each other, RTs. We have multi-point refueling tankers, as well as boom refueling.
Special ops refueling to night ARs. They have a nav school here. We have 63 airplanes out on the ramp. What that does is give a huge tanker presence, and that's why it has so many mission sets.
So even within the tanker mission itself, it is very diverse.
Force extension. It's what enables the United States military to project our presence anywhere in the world rapidly.
The tanker allows you to have a leaner, more mobile force without having to have the basing access that you might need around the world.
You cannot get a fighter from here to Hawaii or here to Europe or even here anywhere in the Pacific without either stopping along the way or refueling.
We've conducted missions from the United States all over the globe without the aircraft ever landing.
9/11 pops up, we decide we're going to go into Afghanistan. B-1s leave Whiteman, they fly a 39-hour mission over and back, and they get 6 refuelings from pop-up refuelings all the way there so that they can rapidly go over, engage, and make it back home. If you ever hear of something that pops up and you see a mission where something happened, forces were deployed there rapidly, chances are there was a refueling or two involved in getting there and getting them back.
I am an American airman. I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call.
In work contact. I am an American airman.
My mission is to fly, fight, win.
I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor.
I am an American airman, guarding the freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield.
It's Sentry and Avenger. I defend my country with my life.
Flight! Halt! I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior.
I will never leave an airman behind.
I will never falter.
And I will not fail.